Choosing a thread color, a single color that will work across this wide variety of solid shades, can be really daunting. So I'm going to walk you through my choices and how I arrive at a thread color. So I've got this soft silvery background and then various copper, apricot, peachy, gold tones throughout the quilt. There's quite a variety of solid colors. Those of you who've been around me for a while know that often my rule of thumb when I'm doing an edge-to-edge design is to choose a middle-of-the-road color. Now, yes, I am quilting this with an edge-to-edge design. Whether or not this quilt deserves a custom quilting effort is a conversation for another episode, but the client and I have agreed edge-to-edge for this one. Therefore, I need a single thread color that I think will show up well across all the fabrics. So I have narrowed down 5 choices that do not exactly match the fabrics, but blend with all of them. I don't care for them to exactly match because then they almost disappear on the fabric they precisely match. You see 6 spools because the first and the last are both the same silvery color. So let's go through these options one at a time. The darkest one is quite coppery and is the closest to the brick large squares that are in the corners of the quilt, but it is super high contrast with the silvery background. So right off the bat, I'm going to nix that color. Next, I have a silver which does match that background, but it has the opposite problem. On the darker coppery, apricot, and rust-colored fabrics, it's high contrast and it nearly disappears on the background. So that one's going away too. And that leaves me with 3 middle-of-the-road kind of choices. Now what I like to do when I'm narrowing down my choices is literally pull out 2 or 3 yards of thread and make a little puddle that I can move around and look at it, audition it on all the different fabrics that it will be touching. It gives a much better representation of what your stitching will look like than the solid color that you see when you look at the spool as a whole. So I'm just grabbing some off of each of these spools and then we'll audition them in various areas around the quilt. Now this is very subjective because there is no obvious one right choice nor wrong ones for this quilt. So I'm just talking you through how I approach it and what my reasoning is, and you take it for what it's worth. Let's look at all 3 of these colors now and how they appear on the different fabrics. First, we'll look at the mid-gray. It is several shades deeper than the silver background, but still it is quite high contrast. Do you see that on that brick color? And so I don't really love that one. I find it still too close to being like the light background. Moving on, we'll look at the lighter of the 2 caramely tones. Again, this shade is not exactly in the quilt anywhere, but I think the thread blends well with all of the fabrics. It blends particularly well on the silver and the paler tones. Let me see. When I'm looking at the darker one, I think I prefer that. It contrasts similarly on the darkest and the lightest fabrics. And look at the cat. He's got to get in there too. He always has an opinion about everything I'm doing. He agrees, though, that darker shade is probably the better choice. So I think we'll take the light one out. And at this point, I'm satisfied with that shade. I think that blends the best with all of the various colors of the quilt. So giving it 1 or 2 or 3 more looks, yes, I think that suits me. That's the shade I want. But hold up a second. There's an interloper. On my shelf, I have this single cone of variegated thread in various shades of golds and coppers. It's like it was made for this quilt. Those of you who know me know I am typically not a fan of variegated threads when they have multiple colors in them and they're used on multiple colors of fabric. To my eye, it looks like the quilting stops and starts. But in the case of this variegated spool, it just has subtle tones and shades of golds and coppers. In fact, many of the colors in this quilt. And so I actually think it's a very beautiful fit. In fact, it adds a little bit of interest. There's quite a lot of plain area where the silver background is and where the brick-colored squares are in the corner. And so the tones, the varying tones in this variegated thread actually add, some interest to that. So there you go, variegated for the win. I'll let you know how the finished quilt turns out.